Let's keep it moving here. Let's talk about, and I don't know that we've touched on this, but this is going to feel like a setup. If Arn were an active talent today, what promotion would he want to wrestle for?
Very quickly, AEW. No thought given to it.
Eh,
I like their attitude. I like the backstage feeling. I like their ownership and the way he treats the talent and the way he feels about the fans. It's just fan friendly the way it's supposed to be. What he they ask the questions. What do you think the fans want to see? And that's what they're wanting to give you. It's not going to be we're going to this out no matter what. Here's the show. Take it or leave it. And it's been one of those things that it's been a long time since I really had a good time backstage in a relaxed scenario and being able to enjoy everything about the business. And I'm such a big fan of the industry. It's the greatest way to make a living on God's earth. I don't care what it is. It's just wonderful. It's not like even having a job. And it's that way again. And Tony Khan has made that possible.
I've had the opportunity to be backstage for both a WWE show and an AEW show, and I can attest that they're different feels and vibes, for lack of a better word. Can you speak on that? You're obviously very familiar, with both. You've been backstage at a couple of AEW shows and obviously for a long time with WWE, but how would you describe, the comparison, or can you contrast them for us?
Well, I mean, everything is micromanaged with WWE. Everything is overproduced. Everybody's a nervous wreck about making a mistake. You got guys walking around with a full sheet of paper or more than one for a 10-minute promo to open the show. And you just look at this and you go, I got a bunch of people here walking around. You got probably 100 people walking around back there that are cramming for a test instead of going out, doing what you've been taught to do, and entertaining the fans and making the show feel live. That something's happening right off the get go that probably shouldn't be happening. And once you get that show so uniform and week after week it stays that same format and you're using the same talent in seg one that you're using for the first crossover or the second crossover, and then that same talent's coming out and working a tag match at the end of a 3-hour show, and you wonder why the fans aren't reacting to them. The answer is seen them twice. It's pretty simple. It's not about their ability. It's not about what they're doing in the ring. If I've seen you twice, I've seen it. Now, this is just another facet of what you do, but I've already seen you. And, they don't overexpose their talent. There's a big difference in a 2-hour show and a 3-hour show. And if you've seen a 1-hour show lately, Conrad, you'll know this. If you cough, boom, it's over. So it moves quickly. Um, and they're just totally two different animals. One company, AEW, is going to let these kids make some mistakes and fall on their butt, and then they're going to fix it and move on. In a world of WWE, when you have all those sponsorships and you got Fox breathing down your neck and USA Network breathing down your neck, everybody's scared to death to make a mistake, and it makes for a very tense atmosphere. That's the two differences that I see.
Talk about Ring of Honor for a minute. I know you said you haven't seen a bunch of it, but there is a tag team there that I've always thought, man, their style probably would be something Arn Anderson would enjoy. Do you know anything about the Briscoes and Ring of Honor? Have you seen
I'll
any of
say,
their stuff?
yeah, I have. Two rugged guys, and you would think they would just be straight brawlers, but they're a lot more talented than that. They do, a lot of stuff. Pretty versatile, pretty creative. I mean, when you look at them, you think that's going to be a punch and kick team, but they're anything but that. And I agree with you. They do have a lot of talent.
One of the last ones I want to ask about, we've mentioned it a few times here, but it's been in the news in more recent weeks. Have you had a chance to catch any of the studio wrestling that the NWA is presenting yet on YouTube?
I'm still lagging just because I'm lazy and I can't just cut on TV and it be on. I got to go online and all that stuff. I haven't, but I have been reading the reviews and the clips that are on the internet so far. I think they're doing something that lasted and was cool and was identifiable, with fans, 40s and above. That studio television, it worked for a lot of years, and having a match in front of a couple of hundred people and rolling out to that interview podium was a pretty cool situation. And it felt live and it was live and it was awesome. And so they're a totally different product. And kudos to all those guys for pulling it off. I think they're doing pretty well so far.
They've got a big pay-per-view coming up next weekend. So if you're listening to this and you're a fan of the old school and you enjoyed studio wrestling, and a lot of the early style of wrestling that you probably saw from Arn Anderson, you'll probably dig the pay-per-view. It's on fight.tv.